I don't think it's a question anymore about beating these games with the minimum amount of overall. I think the question now is how quickly and effectively it can be done. Now before we rush into the game, there are a few rules we need to keep in mind. Number 1, we cannot change our attributes. Number 2, we must play on legend difficulty. Number 3, we cannot force any countouts. I don't really see that being too beneficial anyways, but we can't do it. And rule number 4, we must win at WrestleMania 20 as Undisputed Champion. Alright, I'm Dragon DDT, and I hope the turnbuckles are sturdy because something tells me they will be the most used part of the ring. Our guy this time will be one of the most entertaining guys to watch in the ring, Rob Van Dam. Okay, first thing to note is we don't start off with 10 overall and a 1 in every stat like in Here Comes the Pain. We start with 26 overall and a 2 in every stat instead. Also, it doesn't look like we can get every stat maxed out at 10, so I bet we can't max out the overall at 100. Let's not worry about that too much now. Let's just get into the matches. Our first one is against Bubba Ray, and he does his best Dusty Rhodes impression while we stand there and take it. The reversal timing in this game feels a bit slower than Here Comes the Pain, and I really haven't adjusted well at all. Judging by how slow our finisher bar, or whatever it's called, is feeling, we won't be hitting the frog splash often. The turnbuckle is really hurting Bubba already, so we probably don't need it anyways. We get the win with a roll up from the corner, and look at that. The ref doesn't take 7 seconds to count 3. Oh my god, thank you. It's my boy, the Almost Evolution member, Mark Jindrak. He should have been so much more. It's a shame because all he is now is a dummy to see if the exposed corners do more damage in this game. And by the looks of it, I don't think so. Let's just hit him with the Brett's Rope Fall Away Slam and end this thing, yeah? We're up against Renee Dupree, and we have Tori Wilson as our manager. She joins us after weeks of verbal abuse from Dupree. Just gonna pause here to say this is the horniest wrestling game I've ever played. I mean, half-naked men and women rolling around in the ring is already sus as is, but this game takes it to another level with the managers. Alright, there's a match going on. I think we tried to experiment with other turnbuckle related strats, but nothing worked. The first pay-per-view is Judgment Day, and look at how incredible these fireworks in this stage are. Oh my goodness, it's just great. So much so that I won't even complain about our upcoming Last Man Standing match. If we win this match, we win Tori's contract. She's given us kisses and let us shower with her without the contract, so I'll just let the rest of you try to work out what she would be doing if we had it. Anyways, this match is most notable for us hitting 10 handspring moonsaults in a row. Other than that, this match lasts for an eternity. And don't mind the sledgehammer, it wasn't going to be used, okay? We only had it to threaten him to stay down, and by the looks of it, it worked. Next we have Charlie Haas in a submission match. We don't have many good ones, but let's see what we can do. His body is already yellow because he came to us backstage talking shit, and we had to teach him a little thing called respect. We spend the match working on his body until realizing we don't have any body targeted submissions. We turn the attention to his head, and after what felt like 10 minutes, we get the tap out win. We get assaulted backstage by Bubba. He didn't like how we taught Charlie respect, so he's gonna return the favor, I guess. Right away, we're faced with 2 problems. We don't have any turnbuckles, and we still suck at reversing. Maybe we were a little too hard on Charlie. Maybe. Rey Mysterio challenges us to a ladder match, and for some reason, we are being forced into agreeing by Bubba and Charlie. I don't know why, but okay, whatever. We spend majority of the match showing our masked friend to the corner, then fake him out. Rey might be a lot of things, but smart ain't one of them. So we're taking this briefcase and whatever amount of money's in there, and we're just taking it straight to the bank. Vengeance rolls around, and we have a 4-man battle royal to try to survive. I think we might need to get Bubba back for that ambush he gave us. And maybe showing Charlie Haas a little bit more respect is not a bad thing. Who really cares about Ray? Let's be honest. Just gonna show the eliminations because, as usual, these matches are chaotic. Bubba slams Ray hard on his ass, puts him flat on his back, and makes him the first elimination. See what I mean by sus? Charlie gets driven face first into the mat with a Bubba cutter, making Haas his second and last elimination. One throw into the corner later and we give the Dudley the best frog splash in the business. And also give him back the loss he gave us. Now we can go back to being undefeated, right? That's how that works. Oh look, Jindrak is back. I'm gonna focus on fighting my boy rather than dealing with this weird shit we got going on in storyline with Sable. Oh great. Mark wants to gyrate at us too. I don't know, let's just end this quickly so he can go do whatever he needs to stop gyrating. Chavo Jr. is our opponent and Sable is our manager for this match. We interrupted a dispute they had backstage like a true gentleman, and well, looks like we're paying for it with this match. We make good use of the corner and waste little time putting him away with a leg lariat into a sweep and roll up. I swear, this guy is the best moveset in this game, and if anybody knows what that move's called, let me know about it. Devon must be here to redeem his brother after the beating we gave him. Too bad that's not gonna happen. It's kinda sad to say he doesn't put up much of a fight, but he does refuse to stay down for a 3 count. That's one damn resilient Dudley. We made it to SummerSlam and ask ourselves if we're ready for our first blood match while we watch the pyro, and I think we are. We spend an agonizing amount of time punching Chavo's face because we have no power behind our punches. I'm surprised his face and our hand isn't broken. We eventually bust him open with some right hands after giving him an implant buster. That means we now have Sable's contract as well. I guess we better get ready for the grind. I'm always happy to see this guy, but let's hope he's done with his suggestive hip movements. Jindrak doesn't prove to be much of a challenge now. After visiting almost all the corners, we finish him with our sweeping leg lariat pin. That match was almost 2.5 minutes. Let's just hope we can keep the rest of the matches this short. We take on Bubba and Dupree with Ray as our partner. Can't say I really miss these guys. We get to work on breaking his back with the turnbuckle. We make him humble with a few kicks. Then roll him up and get the win after Ray's help. At least the match was short. Looks like it's time for No Mercy, and we'll be facing the one man we lost to so far. He will have Rene Dupree by his side, and we will have Rey Mysterio by ours. The entire first half of the match, we hurt Bubba, but never get the pin. He hits us with a Bubba cutter, then leaves us in the ring. We wouldn't have kicked out from that if he went for the pin. Anyways, the rest of this is just us trying to score the pinfall. Due to Dupree interfering numerous times, we don't get it for a while. After he's banned, we finally managed to score the victory. That was awful. Charlie Haas is back again. I swear, this guy followed us from Here Comes the Pain over to this game. We're not even Ultimo Dragon anymore, and he still can't leave us alone. On a better note, Stacy is our manager this time, which means we will be fighting for her contract. The only thing we do differently in this match than the others is use a split-legged moonsault. Aside from that, we win with a roll-up from the corner. This time we team up with our stalker to fight against Matt Hardy and Batista. That's all well and good, but I think Charlie is low-key using this Stacy thing as an excuse to get close to us. I don't know what else to say. We don't have a manager contract, and we don't offer the kinds of services these ladies do. We eventually show Batista this thing that only happens in our corner. It's a crazy take on the turnbuckle style, but that's awesome. Once softened up, he tags out and we finish off Matt with the help of Charlie, I think. Next was supposed to be a bra and panties match, but since we're wholesome, we're just gonna show what happens afterwards instead. Okay, that's enough. You're getting way too comfortable there. Now we focus on a handicap match against Matt Hardy and Batista. We show Matt the proper way to use a turnbuckle. This blows my mind because it seems to be more effective than the normal corner strategy. Just too bad it only works in tag matches. We spend the rest of the match trying to pin Hardy and eventually get it when we no-sell Batista's stomp. You know, we're just good like that sometimes. The Survivor Series is an appropriate name for this pay-per-view because our match is all about survival. We are in a 15-man Royal Rumble for Stacy's contract, but instead of showing that, let's just cut to the end where we win. So all that we get is a mediocre lap dance. After 30 minutes of getting thrown around by 14 other dudes and getting busted open, all we get is a lap dance. Hell, Tori even let us shower with her and we didn't even have her contract at the time. Whatever, let's just move on. Bubba Ray can't seem to not want to get beaten by us. We welcome him to try us again, and this time we have Tori as our manager. We did good with putting him away after 2 minutes, but after losing 30 minutes for Stacy, there is no way we will finish this run with a good time. Now we have his brother. This kinda seems familiar. I guess we're starting a trend here. We hand DIVA another loss in less than 3 minutes. I think it's safe to say now that the corner strat is the fastest way for us to defeat our opponents. Unless someone knows something I don't, which is more than likely true. Time to slow things down with a triple threat match against Taker and Big Show. This match is to determine who will be the last entrant in the Royal Rumble. Reminds me of Here Comes the Pain. For no good reason, the Crippler is out here. Let's just hope he can distract one of these guys while we beat the other. We survive long enough to capitalize on Taker's attack. He knocks out the Giant with a sledgehammer and we throw him to the outside. We manage to get the pinfall thanks to a minor distraction from Benoit. Who knew that guy could be useful? And he wasn't even out here with us. Royal Rumble is here. And this may be our only chance to challenge for the WWE Championship. So that means we have no choice but to win. We should be good though, since we're number 30. We're down to the last two after galloping over like a horse to eliminate Triple H. Benoit stands between us and a shot at the WWE title. We spend a few minutes wearing down the Crippler because we can't get the ring out meter to move much. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's legend difficulty or something? After doing enough damage, we finally throw Chris over the top rope and secure ourselves as the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Our first match as #1 contender is against Eddie Guerrero, and we bring along Sable just to watch the future champ do his thing. This match is where we feel the cruelty of not using a finisher. We attempt the pin so many times, and it feels like it's RNG if we're gonna get it or not. I'm kinda interested in knowing the deal behind that, but whatever it is, we just gotta keep it moving. We're the special referee in this match, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we're not wrestling in it, so it won't be factored in at the end. It will still add to the overall time, unfortunately, but the bell to bell and average time are really the only times that matter. This time we take on Cena with JBL as our manager. He ambushed us after the last match. Guess he doesn't take losing too well. Either way, it's time to teach him a little lesson about respect. Respect. He puts up little resistance as we show him to the various corners of the ring. And unlike Eddie, he's pinned after the very first attempt. I don't know why it's so easy with one guy and it's not so easy with another. I just don't get it, but okay. This is No Way Out, and we get a shot at the WWE Championship in a regular ass singles match. For such a huge prize, the match is so mundane. I shouldn't be worried about it. I really shouldn't, because this is our chance to get the title. Let's just take it. We bring our most expensive asset with us to the ring, so she can bear witness to her client becoming the WWE Champion. Things aren't looking so well when we take JBL to the corner, and they only seem to get worse when he reverses out of it. Luckily for us, Stacy is having none of us getting pinned. She desperately wants to manage the WWE Champion. Her distraction buys us enough time to go to work on John's body. We eventually trap him in our leg lariat, sweep, roll up, whatever the hell, and get the win. You know, it seems like when we're doing really well with saving time, there's a triple threat just waiting around the corner to ruin us. This one has the Giant and Cena. This perfectly describes what every triple threat match looks like for us. Why should the champ have to do all the work? We just won the title and deserve some light duty, right? Cena slams Big Show with the FU, and the move looks to have knocked our big friend out because he's almost unmoving when we cover him. We have a 6-man tag match against Kane and friends. Don't worry, the other two aren't really important. Now let's check this out. Taker throws this man into the corner so many times, and just look at the damage. In less than 25 seconds, his body went from blue to red, and it's not because of the dead man or his strength or anything like that. I'm starting to think the turnbuckle ignores durability or something OP like that. Taker hits his last ride finisher, and we use La Magistral to capture the win thanks to the dead man doing something to force Kane to body block Cade? Okay. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania, and we are having a parking lot brawl with Chavo. We don't do well in these type of matches because we don't have the strength to put our opponents away. However, we managed to beat him, but it takes us 6 minutes to do it. Welcome to WrestleMania 20, the last stop on our run. To complete this challenge, we must unify the titles in a 3 stages of hell match. And if we never have one of these again, it would be way too damn soon. The first match is a singles match, and it's pretty lackluster. We beat down the big man or monster or machine or demon or whichever applies. Everything goes well until Kane hits the Kane bomb, but too bad for him, we're in the ropes. That would have been all over for us otherwise. The paradigm shifts immediately after we catch him with our leg lariat. He's rolled up for the pin, and the first fall goes to us. We start the second fall with an orange head, and that's important because it's a first blood match. We decided to throw this match because it would take a long time trying to get Kane to bleed, because we have no strength, of course, and really no moves to get him there. So, we take one chair shot to soften us up, and then another one to finish us off. The final match is a Hell in a Cell. Kane doesn't waste much time taking our head into red after 3 running clotheslines. We show him into the corner a few times and attempt to roll him up, but each time we get to rolling him up, he manages to reverse us. This guy is holding on his title for dear life. He draws first blood again, but falls victim to the move that has easily become the best move in our arsenal. We pin Kane and become undisputed champion. Too bad we stopped the timer late. Again. Speaking of times, let's check out some stats. Alright, you know what time it is. Out of 30 matches, we win 29 and lost 1. The shortest match time was 1 minute and 10 seconds, and that was against John Cena. The longest match was a record 30 minutes and 58 seconds. Oh my god, and that was in the 15 Superstar Rumble for Stacy's contract. The average time for each match was 6 minutes, 19 seconds, which means the total time from bell to bell was 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds, shaving off 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 13 seconds from the corrected overall time of 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 43 seconds. This run was nice, and I really thought it would have been completed much faster after seeing we only had 30 matches. Hell, I even thought it would have been faster than the table trick run from Here Comes the Pain, but the 2 Royal Rumble matches really killed that thought. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video and join me again next time for when we do the maximum overall run.